Okay, good afternoon, folks. April 13th, 12:01 p.m., midday review. We're going to take a look at some of the charts that I'm watching, some of the trade setups. Congratulations to those that study these reviews, whether it's on the videos or live. My personal, because I'm a technical trader, my personal perspective is that the casino mind runs rampant in the retail trading business, and I've seen the other side of what that looks like in my life, and it's pretty important to me to be able to pass on what I know about putting traders on the winning side. So I congratulate you for taking the time to actually figure out how to be on the winning side. Really quick, I know a couple of our oil traders are in here. A couple candles ago, 30-minute candles ago, I was going to trigger alongside. I didn't because it's Friday and it's not 100%. But anyway, oil is trading aggressively since that point. There's many trades that I can take, few that I alert percentage-wise. I'm trying to accomplish about 1 or 2 trade alerts a day, but I like having close to 100% win rate. It's not 100%, but it's close, especially as we go along, it gets better. If you ever want a tour of our calls, we have an open door policy. Just message me and I'll take you on a tour of our time-stamped calls so you can verify for yourself if the kind of claims that I make are true. Anyway, there's a time cycle coming up in crude at 1 o'clock, the peak. So if you are long, I would suggest considering trimming as you get into that 1 o'clock time cycle just for safety. And the other side of the time cycle, I'm not sure what's going to happen yet. We'll find out. Okay, RIG, R-I-G, last night in the swing report, I had alerted this one. And today, man, what a move. Now, when this one gets going, what's really interesting about it, sorry, I just got to answer. Sorry about that, somebody at my office door. The one thing about it is that when it moves, it can really move. When it moved up here, it was a double extension. Your extension size is typically in this range here. So I wouldn't doubt, that you see a move basically maybe 1258 to 1275 kind of a range on this move. And of course you could get a dual extension. Oil just popped through a major resistance going up to the top quad. So on oil, by the way, you're going to find resistance before 68 bucks there on FX US oil WTI. Okay, so rig I'm very bullish on, and I've got a outlook for oil in and around $74 to $75 this year. I expect it to do a round trip up to about 75 and then back down to about where it is by October. The round trip, I mean. So that means you may have, at least an extension or two on rig. So this is a pretty serious setup. Just gonna alarm this upside again here. Above high a day. Okay, so that's rig. We'll love the setup. APVO. This is a structured setup. I'm glad it came off at this resistance. I wanted an opportunity to hit it in and around or close to 370. The issue is it didn't quite get there. It got to 379. So I've got a problem here because I like this target. This target's a little messy, sorry. This is an on-the-fly model. when you do them quick on the fly. So what's my target? My target's $4.90 for April 26th. I've been alerting this structure. They don't get much better than this. So I'm going to alarm this one again because I'm probably going to exercise a trade on it over $4. Now, if I can get my downside, that would be nice. Even low of day would be nice. So we'll see. It's very near low of day right now. Man, I like this trade setup. Yeah, so bullish. Look at this stock RSI, MACD, squeeze momentum, the structure of the chart. That target's in play. You know, guys, I apologize, but I'm going to have to alert a trade on this one. I have to take this one. APVO. Let's just take 30 seconds. Okay, so this is APVO, long side, trade alert, target 490, April 26th. April 26th, in play above 330, mid quad region. Sorry, swing trading. It's an allergy kind of day around here, so I apologize. Okay. Tweet. Alerts. Swing trading alerts. Small size, add as it proves out with bullish. Target 490 April 26 and play above 330. Swing trading. Okay, so that's out on alert. This might dump a little more, but the S&P, it's up against the 200 again on the 60. It's still in its structure, but its time cycle's coming due, so there's going to be pressure. There is a target of 267.99 on April 17-18 area. So this will be interesting, because if this structure breaks to the downside, there's going to be a lot of liquidity move, and it would affect, very likely, plays like this, at least in the short term. Its structure on the daily chart, which is a nice solid structural play, is good, but short-term shakeouts and stuff do occur. So that's APVO and the S&P, and there's some correlation thoughts for you. If there are any charts that you want me to look at, go ahead and put them in, and I'll try and get to them here in midday. I'm going to try and get us out of here about 12:35. Here's Bitcoin. Bitcoin, these yellow arrows mark every single resistance area up the move that is coming. It's not maybe coming, it's coming. At least, let me be clear. You'd have to watch the video from yesterday. At least the bottoming move is coming. Whether or not it's going to confirm to an upside trend, I'm not quite that bold on it. By the way, oil is getting very, very near intraday resistance, so caution, caution, caution. Yeah, so those are your points. Your next point is in around 85, 89. Your next point after that, it's diagonal, so it's hard to pinpoint, but about 92. Next point is the 200 MA at 95.40. Next point is the most serious one on here. Mark this one down, 9833.80. 9833.80. Then your upper quad here, but the thing is it's diagonal. Then you've got a fib here at 11,506. That's an algorithmic modeling fib. 11,706 above that. So those are your upside trading targets. Again, I apologize for my allergies. Here's what's important to know about Bitcoin. Tonight is when a lot of people get paid, or this weekend, or on Monday. And not only do people get paid, but tax completion is coming up, and it looks like there's some big institutional buys in Bitcoin. So there's all kinds of reasons to believe, especially after a major sell-off, that we could see some upside. So I'm extremely bullish. I'm adding over every single one of these resistance points all the way through. Before the big ones, by the way, I trim, then I add on top again. Okay, we are going now. Shoot, why did I do that? That was Google. Netflix. So Netflix, we got in on the washout. It's been a fantastic trade, and it is testing. Well, there's two resistances here, 313.90 area, and call it 315.82-ish. Again, I've published charts on this. Over that, I'm looking for 328, 338, 347.50. Pumped. Good chart. Not the best structure, but a good chart. Here's Ethereum, ETH, USD. Quad wall resistance today, plus horizontal fibs, little cluster there, has held it down. If it stays in its chart structure, you're going to see, so here's your, let me give you your bearish side. Yeah, I'm going to give you exact time, day, and price. So if you get downward pressure, you're going to see 418.93. The 5th month, 2nd day of 2018. If there's a turn in cryptos, whoa, you know what I should do? I should just blow this up and make it easier on all of us. If there's a turn in crypto, here's what is going to happen. This is very moderate upside target on same day, June 2nd, right? 619.55. That's not my preferred target. My my preferred target on one extension is 82969. Nice play. 6 to 5-ish area. These are all approximate when I quote the numbers, right? Is moderate. 830 is my preferred. Sideways is 415.62-ish. Watch those numbers, watch that date. I have the right date, yeah, 5th month, 2nd day. Okay, and the dates, they're in and around, right? Give a day or two on either side because the dates, the time cycles move with the charting. It's hard to explain in short, but that's just the way it works. Facebook, we caught this way, way down. What a great play. Hit our target, caught it on the washout, long all the way, adding all the way. It's in its final structure before the time cycle completion on April 17th. Target 16762. That's moderately bullish. There's a target down here on the bearish side at 15335. So if it washes out, you can look for that on the same day, on the 17th, so next week. The 200 MA is coming down on this 240 chart, but I'm not worried about it. So I'm pretty pumped about it, and then there's targets up and above after that. That's been an awesome trade. EOG, another one that's been doing fantastic. It confirmed alongside trade over 108.72, trading 110.19, alerted it yesterday or the day before. We've got resistance up in this diagonal here, so it's on the intraday going to be sitting at about 115.30, but the real first target is 119.68, and that comes in on April 30th, 2018. Oil, trader bias. This is an algorithmic modeling. I think you're going to see the 75 area, 74, 75 area by early June. I think by October you're going to be back to right where it is right now in the 67 area. That's completely 100% trader bias. I think it's going to hit that 100 MA and I think it's going to come off. Be very careful with trader bias. Fate, 1156, bullish structure. I'm looking for a trade over 12 bucks and it looks decent. One of my favorites right now on the bullish side. If the markets rip next week, which I think could happen, because oil could have a blow off top, you know, between now and the first week of June. This is one of my main watches, for sure in the top 10, if not the top 3. IOTS. I'm looking for a double extension on this one. I'm looking for 18 bucks. Now, that's the most bullish scenario. It might not happen, but if you take a look at this chart structure, and if you know the technicals that I know on algorithmic modeling and these indicators and that volume, big potential. Don't let that one go. Okay, this one's disappointing a bit. Light, L-I-T-E, got up into its test area, hit the quad resistance, came off, hit the quad support and dumped. Now it's sitting right on the support. The 20 MA is coming over top. That's a resistance point 2, and the 50 MA is coming from underneath. This is a daily chart, so that structure is strong. So these are serious test and support. So it's being pinched in between, and whether it pops to the up or downside, I can't tell you. It does have a bit of a gap fill in between. We're targeting most bullish scenario 75, 80 on January, February, March, April, May, June 4th. So you know what? Back here when I was quoting June, where was that? I was quoting, good Lord, was that on? Ooh, you got to check the dates. January, February, March, April, May. Why do I always get that wrong? So May. So just look at the numbers at the bottom here when you look at the video. 0502 is May 2nd, right? I don't know why I always get that wrong. But anyway, you have to do your own study too, okay, guys? Okay, S&P, we know what's going on there. A few of the charts I've been watching. Now, there's a whole bunch that I've been publishing lately on different media, but oh yeah, Google. We gotta look at Google. I got some hate mail on my Google post earlier in the week. Google. I love this setup. Now, this is daily chart. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days ago it was down here. I did publish an alert on it, and I think it was just in the Swing newsletter. I can't remember exactly where I published it, but I published it to our members somewhere. And this is the conclusion of a time cycle in here, and it's in a cluster of resistance. I mean, it's got all kinds of battles to fight, but it's got the 200 underneath it, and it's got structure. When it washed out, I called it, and now we're starting to get some lift. I really like this target right here, 1104.02, July 2nd, and I have that month right this time. That's July 2nd. So nothing serious. If you got more bullish, which a lot of the traders I know would call for, it would be the 1211 mark on the same day, July 2nd. Could happen, but the way that these models work is you just trade, you know where all your support and resistance areas are. So you simply, stay long up to the resistance, trim into the resistance. As it comes off, it bounces off the quad wall or whatever, long again, it's process of trim and adds. So that's Google. Do I want to leave that? No, I don't. I'm gonna leave it up. Anyway, love the setup. If the market dumps, it dumps, but our profits have been so good lately. So how did Citi make out here? I didn't follow it up this morning. Oil's coming off a bit now, and it was very close to resistance there. So it's off today 2%. Let's just get in here and take a good close look. Hit the 200, came off, hit the 50, came off, trading right above a fib support. It's holding up. Nice range in here. For sure. We'll see how that plays out. I don't have a real strong feeling either way. 73.52 on June 15th is my guess. More bullish puts you in at 86.66 and bearish puts you in at 60.38. But so far, this target's in play in the 86 range. I like the 73 range better, so that's why I'm not too aggressive on it. But this is very possible, and the most bullish is way up here in the 99 range. ESPR is playing out well. Facebook, APVO. You can go to my TradingView account and search any of these. A lot of them are locked, a lot of them aren't. How's our Disney play doing? SPPI worked out well. $100.60 is still in its structure, but struggling a little bit. It's got a target here, May 29th, 103.66. Most bullish target, 111.10 area, same day, May 29th. So you got a more bullish one up top, but I don't think it'll get there. Could. But that's the nice thing about these models. We just trade between support and resistance in between the targets. You don't really have to think. 10. Let's look at this one quick. It's kind of finishing off a week here, making sure I look through the charts that we've been working with and trades stuff. 10, it's definitely had an issue with that pivot we identified. 200 MA on the daily is coming up, so we'll see if we get a break to the upside. Netflix I reviewed, right? BWA. So BWA structure's pretty interesting. It did get up to one of the most serious resistance points on the chart, and then it came off. It got up to 54.01 today. Resistance, started in around 54.25, and it's got support now at 52.74. I've got a minimum target of 54.36 on it coming in July 19th, but there's one way up here that could definitely happen in this chart structure. Bearish puts it down here at 50.56. So you just trade in between these horizontal lines until it goes either up or down, and then you trade in between your lines again until you hit the target. It's kind of paint by numbers trading. Slowly but surely you're going to get simplified. CLG, one quick boo at this one. And then GDX, and I think that's about it for the day other than alarms and any of the real movers on the day. Okay, I got two big charts open here. When you're running some of these models, they take up a lot of RAM. I'm just going to clear some of them off here. There we go. Perfect structure. Well, not perfect. It didn't get quite into this target. It took off before the target to the bullish side. So right now I'm looking for an upside resistance of about 91.37. The next one in about 91.99. So I'm going to just get myself a little bit of room here on an alarm. But it does trade structurally. It's got earnings in 21 days. I like it to the upside into 95.83. Why am I not getting a date? Wow. What's wrong with this charting? It's not giving me a date for some reason, folks. I'm sorry. That would be 3 weeks or so from now. Why the date's not on there? Something new I need to learn there. And then GDX, and then any hot trades on the day. Okay. So GDX has been an incredible trade. Look at this chart structure. Hits mid quad, well, comes down, bounces at support, hits mid quad, bounces at support, hits mid quad, up at resistance, hits mid quad, up at resistance, almost. Just misses mid quad. And now it's getting up into resistance early. I triggered it down here. I hate to do this to you, but I got to put out a, do I have to put an alert on this? Actually, I don't think I have to there. Okay, let's take a look at movers on the day here. Actually, I'm going to look at some of the alarms here first. Alarms on the day. APVO, REG, Google, XME. All right, I looked at that earlier. VRX, Netflix, blah, 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 blah. Lots of alarms today. Wow. So the only one I haven't really reviewed is VRX. Okay, so VRX is trying to turn here. Not incredibly structured yet, but it does have an upside resistance in at and around 1816, so watch that very close. Wow, AOI is up again today. Had a fantastic day yesterday. Okay, so that's VRX as far as movers on the day. FTFT, of course I was watching that. HEAR, I was watching that. Just looking for any that I might have some chart structure on. I do kind of like this. NETE. I can't give you the technical reasons other than the structure itself is looking like a turn. It's the best technical I can really give you on it. PLSE hit the 200 today. I was watching that very close, backed off. Not the easiest chart to trade. INTT. Under its 200 MA, don't really like it. SNS and ACER. So Acer, this is pretty interesting stuff. It gets a break up in here and it's just going to revisit, you know, the steps underneath each resistance. I kind of like it. So I'm just alarming it here quick. Over 21, I'd look at it. Acer, ISNS. Interesting chart structure. She may go. Might. CLDC. 200 MA above, it's hit the 100 MA as resistance. You know, you can trade it, but ugh. Here's another one that's ugh. PXLW. We got NCNA, not the best chart in the world. EGC, not the best chart in the world. MYND, it's not that you can't trade these, you can, but I don't like to take trades that aren't, you know, really nice and structured. DXR probably will turn soon, you know, over the 20 MA. It might get to be a really interesting trade actually. ZDGE. Another one of these that could go. Interesting structure on this one. So, you know, this is hard to explain the structure on it, but it's a very bullish setup. We've been watching these run for months, so this has been a theme this year, and just understanding that is all that's going on there. TGLY is on the board again, and it just continues to come down and do the same thing over and over again. It never holds its gains. It's an absolutely terrible chart, and it's going to test this 200. What do we got here? IVTY, terrible chart. So a lot of awful charts here today, which doesn't surprise me on a Friday after a nice run on a lot of these. SKY, obviously very bullish. There's really not a lot structurally I can give you on that daily chart. It's a buy, hold your breath, and hope that you caught the right place. There's a number of ways to time that, but it's so extended right now, I would wish to provide serious caution. Another downward trending chart. That's the theme today. Another one here. And I know there's lots of bottom guys that'll play them, but you got to be really, really careful. 200 MA test here on OBCI. Dumped under it, and then it looks like the promo team bought into it. I could be wrong, but I used to work with a team like that, and that sure looks like they bought it. But either that or insiders of some sort. Now that's a weekly chart, by the way, but still. Well, let's look at it on the daily before I get to. Yeah, that's what happened. So they're hoping to get a bottom, well, a dump bounce, I guess is the right way to put it. Yeah, it's not that bad. It's not great. Okay, so those are the crappy charts for the day. The other ones I reviewed, and that's it for midday. It's 12:40. I'll get out of here. I'm going to be, by the way, I'll be in the office all afternoon. If you have any questions, I'm going to be doing homework. Talk to you later. Thanks for coming up.